The final phase-on pulsing phase of Metroid Prime, the essence of Metroid Prime, is now ours to destroy. In this next frustrating phase of the fight, what that logbook will let you know is that, oh crap, none of our beam, damn it, get away from me, freaky octopus thing. None of our beam weapons work. Not plasma, not ice, not wave, not even power. Only standing in this pile of phase-on here, which thankfully is not the supercharged phase-on that we saw first entering Impact Crater. That's the only thing that will damage Metroid Prime even remotely. It can only be taken out with its own terrible poison. So you can charge all the shots you want, but the main point of this fight is to hold fast to your health tanks and keep visual contact at all times of this thing. This fight, this final boss, what makes it so beastly and one of the best bosses in video game history is that... Oh, we are on a pile of phase-on. Good. Wait, where's Metroid Prime? Oh, shit. Forgot. Gotta switch visors every once in a while. But this is the thing that makes it the best, is that all the abilities that we've obtained throughout this entire game come to use in this one fight. In the first form that we faced last episode, we had to use every single beam weaponry that we obtained. Had to use all our tactics, all our knowledge of the past fights that we've had in order to be successful. Where's this thing? Where is this thing? Can't see it. Primu! Where? Oh, damn. I didn't even know. That's really interesting. You cannot see Metroid Prime when it's in this form in any other visor. And that's another thing. Who would have thought that visors would have played such a hefty role in the final fight? I really didn't. I mean, yeah, I planned on scanning the thing for my logbooks to read later when I'm not LPing, but you have to use the X-ray visor and the thermal visor, as of course with the normal combat visor, in order to keep track of where this thing is floating around. That's probably the most difficult part of the second phase of this fight, is just being sure... what is that? Metroid? Where... It's just being sure you could friggin' spot this ugly octopus. Actually, it's a hexapus, isn't it? I just counted. It's... Yeah, it's got not 8, but 6 tentacles. Nonetheless, this will test your utmost abilities of the Prime series. Oh, man, and it's so freaky, too. So, as the fight continues on, its patterns of movement will not change. It'll switch between visors, and the quickest way is to switch into whichever one is nearest your flick of the Wii remote, or if you're playing on the GameCube, using of the directional pad, I believe it was. Doing that quickly to sort through visors to see which form Metroid Prime, the essence of it, has taken. The main thing that changes throughout this fight, and notice how slowly we're whittling down its health. We cannot phase it, even a little bit, with our beams. So we need to depend on phase-on to get anywhere, to get on with this battle. Thankfully, these Metroids, they're normal Metroids. They seem like baby Metroids, and they are easily frozen. So your main beam that you should stay to is the Ice Beam, because while you can't phase the essence of Metroid Prime, you can take out her little underling Metroid babies, which now will appear more consistently, more viciously, with every puddle of phase-on that she produces. So with that power chink in her armor, she does make it a tad difficult to get the power that we need. Only a tad, though, I'm happy to say. Oh no, oh noes. Hunter Metroids. Now, if this fight keeps up the way I'm figuring it will, she's probably going to call out her phase-on Metroids eventually, and those will be the most formidable. This is such a freaky end battle because not only do we have to face this weird monstrosity, essence of Metroid Prime, but we also have to see it in every single form of the visor. X-ray, thermal, they all look different, and they all look devilishly nightmarish in their own respect. Again, I think this is one of the most tremendous fights that I've ever... Oh gosh, that's so freaky when it, like, yells at you. That I've ever had to face in my video game lifetime. It's such a memorable boss fight. And what a fool. What a fool. You'd think that it would, looking like a giant brain encased in Phazon, you think it would be a bit smarter as to not make any more Phazon pools where I could access them. Why not put them on the wall? There's Phazon sticking to the wall right now. Why not summon Metroids that way? Well, we all know the answer. The game would never be completed, and that would just be such a sad thing to do if the player could not beat the final boss in any way. But still, logically, which usually I thought big-ass brains were good at, this thing should not produce its weakness anymore. It should stay in this form and just keep using that fire attack that's very similar, reminiscent to the Elite Pirates and Omega Pirates tactic of using the shockwave on the ground. So in the same sense where you double jumped over that, oh god damn it, it's the Phazon Metroids, those bastards. So in the same sense of where you double jumped over that, you can double jump over the fire spreading out from Metroid Prime here quite easily. Dodging her moves is not the difficult part. Keeping track of what form she's in becomes a bit frustrating over time, especially when she starts summoning those Phazon Metroids and they're not freezable. Okay. And seeing her fire coming, even in the X-ray visor, is pretty obvious. There's a giant ring of darkness coming at you. What do? Double jump. It's interesting that this is her second form and her final form, because I will admit she's more tricky to take out this time than just switching her armor that she had in that large carapace, which I don't even know what happened to that thing. You'd think a shell of that magnitude wouldn't just fade away and disappear within a few seconds. It's a lot harder to keep track of her, sure, but her offensive powers have also been somewhat diminished. I mean, you notice she's not rushing us as much as she did in the carapace form, the exoskeleton evolved form of Metroid Prime. She's just busy making her pools of Phazon, which, fine by me, keep doing that. I love it. Oh no! Oh no! Damn Phazon Metroids! Get out of here! I need to strike while the Phazon is hot! So, it really comes down to dodging those Metroids, keeping track of the visors, and staying out of her flaming way. You can do that pretty simply with double jumps and keeping a lock on her this way throughout the whole battle. No matter what visor mode she tends to switch into, you'll have your tracking on her like a dog hunting a duck. Oh man, I really do hate the Phazon Metroids so much. Thankfully, they burst like balloons when you hit them with Phazon. Who would have known? In a versus of rock, paper, scissors, Phazon defeats them all. Oh boy. Hey! Let go of me! I beat you! Get off of my suit, you monster! Oh, damn it. That was such a... Oh, frick. Of course. Traditional Metroid style. It's gonna blow! Thankfully, Samus took care of that bit. No, we didn't have to backtrack through the rest of that impact crater. Thankfully, after our long, arduous journey, that intense battle with multiple forms of the Phazon-induced Metroid Prime, we have come to a resolution. Perhaps the Chozo artifact temple is destroyed, but it's the sign of the times. We've changed this planet for the better. We've removed the worm. The infection is over. And as you saw as the cutscene started to fade, look this up on YouTube, people. This is why I don't do 100% runs. I'll even make an annotation so it's simple for you. If you get 100%, she'll take her helmet off. And if you get 100%, I think if you get a 75%, she'll take her helmet off and look longingly at what happened and think of the Chozo and all that. If you get 100%, then it does a little cutscene where it zooms back into the rubble of the ruins and it shows you the hand. The hand. What hand? Go click the annotation. What do you want me to friggin' narrate an entire video for you that you're not even watching? Jeez, I'm an LPer. I'm a narrator of the action on screen, not the narration of action off screen. So, my opinions of Metroid Prime are optimal. This was my first real large-scale GameCube adventure game that I ever went on. Gotta thank my friend Nico for getting me into the Metroid Prime series. Really, if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't even dig Metroid as much as I do. You know, me and him had tons of Prime Hunter battles together. Then he got me Prime 1 as a gift on GameCube, and I've been in love with Metroid ever since. This is the quintessential collection to own. I just want you to keep in mind that this is a part of the trilogy. I'm playing the Wii version, part of the Metroid Prime trilogy. I don't know if it's available anymore. It really doesn't seem to be. And if it is, it's for $100 or more dollars. Probably not worth it at this point. Better to just pick up the play control versions of it. But as far as new play controls go, excellent. I love it. I think that the new play controls really lend a lot of adventure optimization in the ways that this game is gorgeous. I mean, yes, it was on GameCube, I believe, in 2002 originally released, but it was so wonderfully rendered. So much detail went into the world that you want to take your time to just sit back and listen to the great soundtrack and really take in those visuals, and having new play controls allows you to do that. It allows you to take a look at the world that the GameCube just couldn't offer, with its rigid dual-stick system of mainly targeting foes for accomplishing anything. And that's another point to add, is that the targeting system is not destroyed either. They have a nice blend of you having to do first-person controlling of the pointer, which first-person shooters really work wonderfully on Wii. I really wish they went more full steam ahead on them at the time, but who knows? We still have Wii U, so we'll see what they do. But on Metroid Prime, it works. It just works. And this is an amazing game still, if you've never experienced it. If you're wondering, oh, should I get this game? I've got Wii U, and you know, I'm looking for newer games, new high-resolution games, new action games that are the top of their tier. Well, guess what? This is still better than a grand majority of action games that are coming out today. And that's not to insult what's on the market. It's just a testament to how truly awesome this game is. And it stands the test of time. If you were to pick this up today, I guarantee you will have a great adventure. And if you choose to go further than me, you can have your mission final screen say 100% completion. Not bad, my completion rate, but the way to finally get that full 100% is scan absolutely everything and get every single item pickup. So you understand why I skipped it. Okay guys, stay tuned to this channel. Make sure you subscribe. I've been DeoGenZ, and I'll see you in the rest of the trilogy.